hair hasn't really grown back yet, but well, I just went for a walk down the street without a hat, but you know, it's just middle of the night to buy some stuff, deodorant, because I've run out. How long am I willing to? I don't know why that always clicks. I think it's just plastic as the heat expands or something. So yeah, I don't usually read the comments because they're depressing and stuff, but I read some nice comments, some comments about me putting myself and my vanity before my great uncle who died and the funeral and all the family reunion. And it's true. I knew it could potentially be perceived that way. Making a vanity video about beauty in relation to a funeral rather than, you know, a wedding or something. Yeah, it doesn't deviate from my love for my great uncle and my memories of him. I went to another funeral yesterday, also sad. I also cared about my hair for that one. And I just copped it. I used this stuff, which already has kind of hold built into it, unlike that other one, which is more of a clay, which requires hairspray. But this gives you shine and stuff. Also ended up chopping out a little bit of the plastic that was exposed base up front. There is some shine here. I don't know where my original shine killer is. I'm sure it's just in that box, but I haven't looked. I'm too disappointed that they built a shine killer that is black. Don't know what the fuck that's for. I'm sure it's for makeup and not for hairlines. But it doesn't work for us. You need the original shine killer, the clear one. And I don't know if they've got two versions of it or if they've just completely gone with some sort of charcoal black version. Hopefully it's just a specific type of shine killer and the original one still exists, because if you don't have it in your arsenal of tools, I highly recommend you get the original shine killer. It stops glue and reflection all the way along the front hairline. I can see some right now, just there. And I mean, you can temporarily lessen shine just by rubbing off some of the shine there, but with your finger, but it's not as good. I can still see the shine. And I know that if I put shine killer on there, I wouldn't be able to see the shine. Somehow the pixels, it changes the roughness of the texture and reduces reflection, etc. Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to use Blender, some other programs. So I'm learning about roughness and smoothness in terms of reflection. Not that it's real world stuff, but it gives me more of a perspective on textures in the real world, because that's how light works. And these fucking geniuses who've made this software, even though it's a shit interface, I've done a lot of thinking about it. I mean, artists in general. So yeah, still a few months left to grow this all back. But I'm working on it. I'm at the Royal Melbourne Hospital. I just wanted to show you this building. Look at that. Always looking for inspiration for year 3000 type architecture. It's pretty futuristic. Pedestrian bridges, like an Ewok village. This hairpiece I've been wearing is really shiny, right along the front hairline. Is it to do with the hat? I think it's to do with the plastic. I have to brush it back at this point because my hair hasn't grown back yet, so I can't brush it forward. This hair, you can see in video dates when I shaved my head. Seems like more than a month ago, so as I predicted, it's about 3 months recovery if you shave your head. That seems way too long for what I've got here, but I brush it back, right? But that shine at the front, unacceptable. This lanyard I've got around my neck. It's plugged in to me. Yeah. He's more machine now than man. twisted and, what's the line? My head is itchy. Look at the dandruff I can create. Every time I'm about to see somebody, I've wisely gained the habit of flicking, jeez, it's so blurry, the dandruff off my shoulders, if I can. I know that nearly every video I put on YouTube, I've got at least a bit of dandruff on my top. I've got this stuff, Civitar, with active ingredients. It says here, do not use for prolonged periods, but you know, it's supposed to be 5 minutes per day. But you know, I've never taken this heart monitor stuff off before and put it back on. So it seems like a pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to risk it. I'm going to put this in my hair, even when I'm out of the shower. Just go watch TV and, you know, work on my projects, editing and, you know, Blender and SketchUp and stuff. Maybe for 3 or 4 hours with this stuff on my head. If it starts to burn, I'll rush to the shower, but then I've got to unplug myself. Seems dangerous, doesn't it? 5 minutes. For the inflamed scalp, relieve symptoms of seborrheic, what's that word say? Dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis of the scalp. I'm going to put it on now anyway, because it doesn't seem like shampoo. It's a very thin liquid. I don't remember if I needed a prescription for this. That's what it looks like. So it's not like a normal shampoo, it's just like so liquidy it's. Yeah, it smells like Tar shampoo, which does not smell like, well, I don't really get exposed to tar very often. Maybe you can smell like tar, maybe a bit like tar. Putting tar on your body seems wrong, doesn't it? Like if you think of if you go to a road work site, they're laying down a fresh road and they've got tar hot coming out of one of those trucks. You can say, excuse me for a second, do you mind if I have some of that? What are you going to do with it? I just want to rub it all over my skin. You know this causes cancer, right? That's why we've got all this protective gear. Yeah, I'll just put it all over my body. Whatever I'm doing right now, this is not what this was designed. This is designed to lather up in the shower for 5 minutes. I just really want to attack it, right? In my mind nowadays, since I had a lesson on what flossing is for, my whole body's just covered in little creatures, fungus and bacteria and little spider things that live on your eyelashes. I'm a freaking ecosystem man. This feels like I'm getting to every quadrant of the skin surface of my head. So, when I'm in the shower, I feel like I'm in a TikTok timer, but I don't mind wearing this on my scalp for hours unless it really freaking burns. As well as that, I've got redness around the corners of my lips and right here. If you're given this stuff, then I usually use this stuff. This stuff runs out like every little prescription tube they give you. I mean, why don't they give you a tub? It's not that hard, is it? I know there's like a colony of creatures living there under my beard. Every time I shave it, there's a red spot that marks the outer limits of their city. And I think they sometimes travel across my face and down to my neck, which is the reason I get such bad burning rash, because I'm basically ravaging their fucking fungus fields. Every time I irritate this area, and the lid is gone forever. It's on the floor, so the bounce of a lid is so, the entropy is beyond mathematical understanding of the bounce of the lid. I got it! And this lid, the interior to make it the most difficult thing to stick back on, so you can't put it from any angle. No. It's on wrong again. Look, it's the hardest lid to put back on of all time. Don't even know if the other side's supposed to be the place to put it. No, that's the popping part for the metallic seal. There you go. Unnecessarily difficult. I mean, lids were invented a long time ago. This one, 5 stars, right? No double lid interior, just put it on any angle. Really easy form, every time. Works. This one, there's no reason that they need to make it that difficult. I mean, without me stopping everything I'm doing and studying that this is a lid going on now and I have to concentrate. No, they failed, man. That's what I'm talking about. It's like when somebody shows you a demonstration of a product in a store and all the big lights of the store are turned on, you can see clearly and everything. It's like, press this button. And that button, they didn't mention it, but you have to press it every 30 seconds as you're moving through using the function of the phone or whatever, or device that you're buying. And when it's dark or it's in your pocket, it'll go off automatically because they didn't design it to not do that, and you can't see it in the dark or something. Anyway. When people are doing testing, when they're creating products, I don't know why, anyway, don't worry. This, too shiny. They should have known that. So I've taken the glue off the back of this thing and I'm going to reapply it, stick it back down. It was getting really shiny here. Now I don't know how glue penetrates through poly, but it does. And you see it really, really shiny at the front. Though it could be to do with hair gel that was placed on top of the poly, which was shining back, but I tried to tap it away over the last 11 years and it didn't seem to disappear. So I've washed the whole thing. Shampoo, conditioner, C22, solvent, got rid of all that shit. So now I'm gonna pre-glue it and stick it back on. I went to the Paul McCartney concert the other day, pretty impressive. He spoke very casually and comedically in between his songs, which were not all Beatles hits. When he did play a Beatles hit, it was just amazing reaction. He kept on saying, "We know you all want to, what songs you all want to hear, but we don't care." The band was really good. The lights and sound was amazing. It was in the Marvel Stadium in Melbourne. He's touring Australia at the moment. And my friend, who I'd last seen after shaving my head, saw me for the first time with this hairstyle, and he said, "Have you done something with your hair? Have you cut it or?" I said, "Oh yeah, no, I just didn't like the way it was before. Your hair's grown a lot though." He said, "Yeah, my hair, blah 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 blah." He started talking about his own hair. Done. But I was totally with him. Like, he's my best friend at the moment. I don't see him very often, but he's good. He's busy and younger than me. He's 32, I'm 46, so I don't see the massive difference in terms of our age, but there is obviously a 14-year difference. So my strategy at the moment is simply to keep using hairspray to keep this down in the wind and just walk around without a hat. I didn't even take a hat to that concert. I just thought, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. I'll just be ugly if it needs to be. I finally took my heart monitor off yesterday. I had it on for 7 days. XL, that'll work. I don't know why this is in the main group of clothes. I don't really wear the V. Next. You're really supposed to spray this on when it's dry, so there's no chance of any movement afterwards. I'm gonna go have breakfast and then go and see a respiratory physician. Figure out what the fuck's going on with my constant chest pain and everything else. I'll be going out in the sunshine. That shine will show, but I got it. Hey, there it is. Oh, alright, good. I found the old one. This is the old one. This is the crappy black one. I'll spin you around even though I can't see anything. Okay, I'm going to hope that when I stick this to the mirror, you will be able to see well what's going on when I apply this shine killer. So this is the good shine killer. And this is the bad shine killer. Don't get this one, get this one. I don't know if the packaging has changed, but this one has black. It doesn't even say on the front. I've got bad eyesight, but it doesn't say on the front that it's got carbon or whatever, tar in it or something. It might say it there, but there's no way I can read that. This one is just like that on the back. Okay. So if you can't see that shine, then this experiment's for nothing, but you should be able to see that shine up there if I'm positioned correctly and if the camera's lit well enough, well, I'm lit well enough. Where is it? It's actually sort of rotting out after all these years. Shit, it's wasted a ton of it. Suck back in, suck back in. So I actually wrote a musical, a Beatles musical, so I didn't get to obviously hand it to him directly, but I went on a mission to find his crew. Fuck, that's magic, isn't it? I mean, I've got bad eyesight, but I can still tell there's no shine anymore. You shouldn't have to do that. What you want is base that doesn't have reflectiveness. You might be thinking, well, that's lace, but it's not. Lace is like this, and then the glue underneath shines through every hole. Shine! And when it's sunny and hot, it melts and all the fucking hairs stick together. Which is why I was so happy to learn about poly. But in the beginning, poly was just hard, thick plastic that didn't work well. I don't know how this frame looks right now for you. Yeah, so my fatness level has stabilized. Went to the gym for a while, but got bored. No, I had a lot of funerals and weddings, and lately I've just been working on a story, like a lot of research and development part of it, and also writing the first pilot episode of this series. Acting, not happening. Last thing I did with my agent was sent them a picture of me with a shaved head from 2015 when I was young, and they've never written back to me since. Just been picking off the glue from this thing because I'm gonna put it back on my head. So I just pre-glued this whole thing with this, I don't know, 10-year-old glue. It's as good as new. I don't know how that's possible, but it never dried out. Amazing. And the lid was off. The lid was off, not off completely, it was off and then screwed back on for 10 years, but it still held true. It was amazing. So, keep your lid on and it'll last forever. But, you know, when you take it off to use it, put it back on as quickly as possible, but without spilling shit everywhere. I keep forgetting I have to wear these. Can't see anything anymore. Pre-glued. We'll be placing the front down first. It's all completely glued, so there will probably be residual glue all around here because I couldn't be bothered doing it properly. This is 7 weeks since the 6th of September 2023 to today, which is about the 26th of October. I think that's about 7 weeks of regrowth since I shaved my head down to probably a couple of millimeters. Some glue stuck in there, that's not good. It's the front hairline. Probably easier to deal with this now than when it's on my head, but on the other hand, it doesn't feel like it's easier. Right, anyway. All my baby wipes are in the other room. Just gonna place this down. Squiggle it into position. So the positioning is based on the top of my forehead, which is something I've grown accustomed to, sort of, but sometimes I get it wrong. And the corners are where I was putting my thumbs to hold it, but I always get that wrong too. Still haven't mastered it after 11 years of placement. Top of my forehead is there. When I say top of forehead, I define that as the top of the top nub. If you raise your eyebrows, there should be some wrinkles that form there. And the top of that is your top of your forehead and the beginning of your scalp. Water, then brush into position. If I brush it right now, it hasn't had time for this to evaporate or for any kind of melding to occur microscopically between the glue and the hair, so it's still wet. So if I brush it hard right now without holding it down, it's liable to slip off my head. But I like to get this brushing done immediately because I probably have some tweaks to do before it sets, before it dries. I'm brushing it immediately so I can get it into position in these valuable few seconds that I have to reposition. What usually happens is this has been misplaced on the corner there, and I was correct, it is. Well done. Well, I'm so smart for thinking how bad I am at this. And I am, and so I took that into account. I've just move that up into a corner, probably causing creases back here, which I'll probably have to live with, but it doesn't feel too bad right now. In terms of overhang back here and gaps, I will allow it during this period of regrowth because 7 weeks is not enough to get 1.5 inches of natural bio hair regrowth. Sorry about the spin cycle. And my hair's kind of done now because I'm not gonna be able to style it or anything while I just use this as a kind of a patch. Okay? So that's all I can do. Now I'll probably either wear a hat or put this in my hair, followed by a hairspray, so it locks it down, and I'll be able to sort of walk around in public without anyone knowing that I'm bald. And if there's any sort of shine up here, I can use Shine Killer. Not this shit. I'm gonna throw this in the bin right now so I don't get confused ever again. This goes in the bin. This is black shit. It doesn't work for us. Okay, so hair is done. I also had a shave this morning, which was making my face look very plain. Also, I've got a lot of internal fat, which I've got to burn by simply walking. Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, yo, I just woke up, yo. Can't see shit. Oh, there you are. Yeah. Went out to a presentation last night. Just getting used to the idea that I brush my hair back and I don't care if people can tell. But I can't even tell, even with my glasses right now. Fuck no. Holy crack. Oh man, it's so bad when you lose your eyesight, seriously. You know, you might think, just wear contacts, but there's a lot of maintenance to contacts. You've got to take them out every night before you go to bed. You've got to spray shit all over the place. You've got to be touching your eyeball. Oh. Try touching your eyeball. Seriously. Try touching it. Like, but you'd be touching it front on. Okay. I mean, and then it's just, if you lose them, how are you going to find them? You're too blind to see them, right? You're fucked. But these, I don't know, from my imagination, this is the lesser of two evils. And something else I could do is spend some time away from screens. Practice zooming here, out, in, out. Look in the distance, look up close at my hand. Look in the distance, look up close at my hand. Look at my fingerprints, look at that tree, look at that, dart my eyes left, right, up and down, eye exercises. Day one, or the first time I do this, I'll get sore eyes. Because I don't ever do this anymore. I don't do any of this. So it'll seem like that was bad, I shouldn't do that anymore, but it's not bad. It's what I naturally should be doing in everyday life. Also moving my neck as well, I'm just sitting there going, like some crazy person, just do it in public as well, sit there at the fucking restaurant going, no. Go for a walk, look around, head movement, you know, lubricate the joints a bit, including using muscles that are not typically used. So now my hair is getting long enough almost that I can chop this shorter, but not really, because it's not 1.5 inches yet. Still only 7 weeks of growth. I feel like I might start messing around with a haircut at the front here when it's a bit, maybe 8, 9, 10 weeks. Probably 10 weeks. I'll feel brave enough to chop this. It won't be 1.5 inches, but I'll feel like I can quaff it out at the front a bit somehow. Because if I should cut this hairpiece less than 1.5 inches, it'll be uncontrollable. It'll look like carpet It's got to be long enough to have directional brushing capability. Yeah. Now, are you going to fly like a witch?
Okay, I will. Fly.
Woohoo!
It's not that.
Can you laugh like a witch?
Yeah.
Okay. My hair's started to grow back to almost the point that this is the length I would have it at the back and sides. Even here, where the greys are, I'd want to cut that, or I wouldn't cut it if I'd coloured it. So I could colour it. And we're sort of getting to the point now that I don't need to brush all this back and do that whole thing that I've been doing. I haven't seen many people over the last few months and stuff, but I have had to see them on occasion. Funerals, weddings, birthday parties. This is not normal for me. I don't usually see many people many times, but mostly I'm just at home and I'm in this darkness with the little curtains drawn. It's night time or it's daytime, but the curtains are drawn, and just go for hours just writing. So, what do I do with this? Is this time now to cut this hair piece into a proper hairstyle and hope that this little tiny little bit here will blend? It won't blend. It won't blend. It's not long enough to blend. But overall, the hair length is long enough now. It's the 6th of September. Now it's like early, like 2nd of November or something. So what's that? Nearly 2 months. Close enough. That's 2 months of regrowth there. It's a big sacrifice if you shave your head and you change your mind. You've got a lot of waiting ahead of you. 2 months, in the grand scheme of things, is fast, admittedly, but when you've got to live it, there's got to be another solution. And I think the solution is probably wearing a wig or a hat while you regrow it. A wig is not realistic looking though, of course, because it doesn't blend in with your skin. And it's very hard, well, as you know already, to get the hairline right, so that blends with your skin. So, but at least that's only one problem. See, when I deal with this and try to blend that as well, now I've got two problems, that and that. And if I make it short, now I've got a little island of fuck, and I hope nobody notices. The one good thing that short hair cuts do have going for them is that they can scatter the hairs in all directions in a fluffed up sort of way. Not at the moment, like I say, you can't cut less than 1.5 inches length on a hairpiece without it going unbrushable. So I could work to improve this a little bit maybe. Let's try. Still got hair product in it, but I'll just go ahead and do it anyway. Now, when I place this hairpiece on, because I've just been pushing it back over this area, just concealing it all, I haven't bothered with the placement here to line this up. Okay, so it's not lined up, which means there will be either a gap or an overhang back here. But there always is a little bit of an overhang or a gap anyway, right? It's very hard to get that perfect because natural hairs come out of your scalp like this. That's skin, these are hairs. But a hairpiece is like that. So you're mating that with that, and it doesn't look real. Lace is more real because it's a bit more like this, right? When it's trying to blend in, so that looks a bit more real. It's harder to tell. But lace is messy. I often keep thinking about going back to lace, but you can't just reuse it. It's hard. You can't clean it easily. the glue shines through it. But it used to be the main problem with shine for me, because once I had a poly, a plastic hairpiece like this one, I could just glue the underside and shove it down and there was no shine at all. But sometimes the hair company gives you shiny poly. I don't know what they're choosing here with the plastics, but sometimes it just really is shiny. You've really got to make sure there's no exposed base, because exposed base on its own has no hairs sticking out of it and it's just fucking shiny. So you've got to cut it off. Another thing that sort of helps, and people talk about this, but it's not easy to achieve, is having a staggered, I think it's called pinked, P-I-N-K-E-D, because pinking shears are scissors that are shaped like that, and you cut it and it's got a wavy line. But I tried buying pinking shears and using it on my hairpiece and it just didn't look right. It was just the wrong thing. It's not natural looking, because you don't naturally have a hairline on any human being that looks like that exactly. It's more like this, right? Like a fucking map, like a coastline. Random, but generally following the curvature of where the DNA has told the hairs to appear to protect the scalp from fucking insects. I don't know why we have hair on our heads and nowhere else. Well, other places, but not as much. I don't deal with hair pieces for other areas. I think there is a word for a tuft or something that you can place on your genitalia and give yourself a little wig down there, I don't know. But don't deal with that shit. In general, armpit hair, fuck, I don't care about it. I mean, it's unkempt, I know that. I'm sure it's just fucking matted. No, it's not. I wash, and therefore it just becomes hair, like beard hair, but there, you know. As far as arm hair and this hair and internal ear hair and brain hair, I don't deal with it. It just does its own shit, right? In terms of that sort of hair right there, I shave that shit off. I don't want hairs sticking out of my ears like an old man. As far as this is concerned, that's in the same category as ear hair. I remember when I ran away from home once, I was living in a van, I cut these off for the first time. It was a very scary thing because I thought, that's going to grow back worse. Now you're going to get big fucking Prime Minister eyebrows. And I did. But it was going to happen anyway. I'm just a hairy guy. Da, 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 da. Bit grippy. Probably should have rinsed all the crap out of it first. Give me some uniformity so I know what I'm actually working with instead of some strange objects sticking out the front of my forehead. Get it out. Right. Okay, let's make this short. Short. You can see how short I would need to cut it to make it the same length as this, right? But I just know it would be a waste of a hairpiece. So I'll compromise. But if I go too short, I won't be able to brush it back. It'll just be a tuft right at the front. In fact, there's no way around it becoming a tuft. It's going to be a tuft. I don't want a tuft. I don't want a tuft either, whatever the fuck I called that thing before. I don't want any lump of hair sticking out the front of my head. I want it to uniformly merge. And I know it's easy for you people with straight hair. It's just like fucking, yeah, why don't you just put a bit of shampoo in your hair? That's how you fucking style it. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what my cousin told me to do. And my hair just went sprawling. Fucking asshole. He's got straight hair, he doesn't give a fuck. He puts it in there, it's like fucking, he wakes up, it looks like Tom Cruise. Like he just came out of the fucking ocean in a tuxedo. All dry. Perfect. Anyway, fuck. Straight head people can get fucked. Easy life, cunts. Hate you. All of you. Fucking die. Ah. it's just so easy. Life is so easy when you've got straight hair. I don't think you understand what we've been through. The red-headed, freckle-faced, curly-haired community. Life is so easy for you people. It's like, girls just like to sit on my lap. I don't know why. Fuck you. Straight-haired, tanned fucks. And kids, in movies. How often do you see a little curly-haired, redhead kid cast in a role? It's always some fucking brown-haired or blonde-haired, straight-haired kid with a tan. Don't remember any red-headed superheroes either. If they are red-headed, it would be a brown-headed dude with big muscles, tan, no freckles, and dyed red hair, just for the role. Easy life. So easy. This is going to be pretty short. These scissors are fucking not working. I don't think it's because they're filled with glue either. I think it's just they're absolutely dead blunt. Just for those people who think, oh, why don't you just use fucking hairdressing scissors? My mum dropped some off with some shit that was used to belong to me. Look at the holes for the hand. Look at this one, right? Seems about the same, but look at the size difference. My finger goes in there easily, right? Take it on, take it off. This one, boom. Can't even get the knuckle through. They look like a fucking weapon, don't they? That. They even sound like a hairdresser. They sound like a fucking horror movie, actually. Look at that. Look at that rusty fucking screw in the middle of it. Yeah, here's Johnny. Like, I don't like the feel. It feels dangerous. Why does that need to be pointy? What service, what possible purpose can that serve to be that fucking stabby pointy? Look at that. Look at that nice rounded thing. You fall on that face first. This thing, fucking even touch it. It's like, touch the spindle. Oh God, it's even hard to pick up. Eesh. At least they're sharp, which is a worry. Fuck. We're 700 years old. Now I'm united with the ghost of some fucking 700-year-old. There is no Dana, only Zool. Gotta say, learning new software and stuff like that, I only learn during a project because I only want to know how to do it for a project. So people are like, you need 10 years experience before you can press that button. Like, just tell me the fucking order to press the buttons in, you stupid cunts. I could easily teach you some shit. Ask me anything, and if I know the answer, I'll tell you straight away. I'm not gonna fucking say, oh, why don't you just Google it, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, the forums are filled with assholes, man, seriously. If you tell anyone to Google it, fucking shoot yourself. Fuck you. Fuck you for telling people to Google. Like, oh yeah, just go and look it up. Like, why do you think I bothered to come and ask you? You said you knew the answer. And now you're gonna pay. Here, fucking take some scissors in your face. Come. You think I'm being unreasonable? You think I'm being unreasonable? Threatening to stab people in the eyeballs with scissors for telling me to Google it. Google it. You think? I don't think so. I think I'm completely reasonable. I think anyone who doesn't want to stab somebody in the eyeball with scissors when they are told to Google it, when they tell somebody to Google it, deserves the electric chair for being a destructive citizen who's trying to make the world a worse place and bring civilization to its knees. Anybody with a sound mind would know that the righteous thing to do in a situation where somebody just says, Google it, is to stab them in the eye with scissors. Sharp, rusty ones like these. From now on, I'm going to carry these fucking scissors around with me at all times. So the ghost of the 700-year-old demon will invade their fucking burial chamber and keep them in perpetual agony until they awaken to the fact that they should have just fucking helped. It would have cost them nothing. Okay. That almost blends while it's wet like this. Means I can also maybe brush it forward. I feel like I fully recovered. Even though this hair is only this long. God, I wish I had a better ruler. Which is better than nothing, which I have no ruler. I used to have rulers everywhere, but how long would you say that is? About half an inch. I've gone from half an inch and then just gone up to 1.5 inches. See that? Look at the transition between the two. Natural hair, hairpiece. Let's just hope that that falls forward. I'll obviously have to help it with hair product and stuff. And let's hope that gap remains sealed. Well, I feel like this could be okay. I don't know, it might not be okay. The world is so blurry, I cannot see the screen. I can see my mirror reflection. Now I can see it even better. All right, look at that shiny shit. That's exposed base. But at least I've got a chance to just conceal it without having to deal with it all the time now. Okay. Right, I feel like it's part of my head. It's part of my head again. I feel like whoosh, I've recovered. I'm back on the fucking plateau of normality now. Don't ever let me shave my head again. I'll blame you personally if that happens. Okay. So yesterday I was thinking, fuck, I want to shave my head. I can feel the glue getting all hot from the summer heat. We just had Halloween, so now Christmas is next. In fact, if I went down the street right now, I'd probably see Christmas decorations the 2nd of November starting to spring up. Well, oh God, I nearly cut my fingers just by picking this fucking thing. Look at the rust coming up on my fingers just from picking that up. God. If these were the good scissors, then these are the evil scissors. I might have to continue to use them until I find other scissors, but that's pretty slimy, whatever the fuck that is. I think it could be gizzards or eyeball meat. I'm not sure. I'm gonna clean it using a cloth rather than my fingertips because I don't want to die. Well, I kind of do actually, but whoa, it's really lumpy. That's like, it's been, whatever that, the gizzards were, they actually ate away at the metal and now it's lumpy. Oh, that's sweet. Really not nice. Is this stainless steel or eyeball slicer 2000? Not clean. Not clean at all. Maybe somebody was just so good with their fucking scissors they oiled them regularly and turned them into fucking death weapons. Alright. Could have been my stepfather's. I've fallen out with him big time, he's nothing. I don't think I've spoken to him for over a year. Not for any reason either. I mean nothing to him and he means nothing to me. Alright, my hair's back. things are getting rare, like hen's teeth. Went down the street and they said, have you seen the news? We're going to stop selling them soon. At least the ones with nicotine in them. And they're going to have warnings all over them and shit. I've said it before, but it's weird how marijuana is becoming more legalized and tobacco or nicotine is becoming more and more illegal. This is the one salvation for smokers. I mean, I've taken all types of antidepressants in my life, and nothing compares to a cigarette or the equivalent. These don't smell bad, they taste good. I mean, sure, kids shouldn't be smoking, but they just fucking don't sell to kids. Don't stop grown-ups from being able to have them. Australia's draconian. It's not a free country at all. These things are, well, the worst thing about them is they're bad for the environment because they're disposable. The battery inside them and the plastic, it goes, well, you can't really put it in a recycling bin because it's got a battery in it. And it's got, like, you know, toxic waste from whatever the battery's made out of, I suppose. But the ones you buy and you refill yourself, they're nowhere near as good. It's like a completely different product. I love the disposables. This one's too big to conceal. I've got smaller ones, like this size. This is the best for holding in your hand. Just like you can just pray, and I don't even need to say I'll smoke if I hold it in. It'll be like nothing, right? Can't even see it. Then nobody complains. I need these things, man. I'm so depressed, so fucking suicidal. Trying to get some graphics done with these new programs I'm using 3D. But fuck, the forums are just full of dickheads and it stresses me out. That's why I don't really read the comments from my own channel. I don't want to be depressed. I'm just going through the motions. I originally made this channel so that you know, you guys wouldn't have to face the same kind of bullshit that I did when I first started. When I first started putting hair on my head, it was just, it's as simple as 1, 2, and 3. It wasn't, and I needed to tell people, warn people, this is what it's actually like. In the beginning, I think my first video was like, fucking, I'm gonna make some money out of this shit. If this is how bad the industry is, there's got to be a way to capitalize on that. But then in the end, I was like, fucking, I'll just tell people how to fix it themselves. Couldn't be bothered starting a hair company. So, yeah, this channel's just an insight into one guy's experiences. I'll tell you what, when it's short, you can totally rid yourself of a lot of problems because the fluff of the short hair conceals the front hairline. But like I say, you can't really go shorter than 1.5 inches. But even though this is really short, my natural hair back here, it seems to work at the moment. I don't know, maybe there's a big weird gap back here if anyone would just look down at the top of my head. Summer's here. Fuck, these girls are wearing basically paint instead of pants. Shit. But I'm not motivated to go and find a girlfriend. I haven't kissed a girl in 10 years. Must be probably 10 years now. But I don't care. I feel ugly. I feel overweight. I don't want the stress of a relationship. I've had a few in my life and I don't want them anymore. Maybe one day. The problem is I'm 46 creeping up towards 50. That's fucked, man. I cannot see life beyond 50. But then again, when I was young, I couldn't see life beyond 20, then beyond 30. But then you just keep aging. That's what happens. So, how long has this channel been going for? Since 2011? It's 2023. That's 12 years. Nearly 2024. No Christmas decorations yet, but I expect to see them very soon. It's November. In fact, I think it's about 4th of November 2023 right now.
Horse racing is nothing more than an abattoir with a winning post. Racing kills, 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 kills.
Statue of Liberty. We're gonna go for the world record. Okay. Boom, go, 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 go. Pop, pop. Oh! I think the wind was against us.
Over. Mate, take a look at yourself. Good, keep moving. No, take a look at yourself.
Shame!
Shame on you all. Too many cops, not enough justice.
Too much, not enough justice!
Too many cops,
Not enough justice!
too many cops, not enough justice. Abolish the police. Can you move off the road for us, thanks?
So I've just been at a protest. I'm actually still at it. It's expanding into this bit, this bowling club over here. But interestingly, I'm at a horse racing protest because it's the Melbourne Cup. And it's the biggest horse racing event in Australia, probably the world. And we're protesting against animal slavery. But in the meantime, just because of the what happened recently with the Israelis being attacked and then retaliation, there are heaps of Free Palestine protesters smashing the street to pieces and holding up traffic and sitting on the road and being pepper sprayed and everything over there. So it's like a double protest at the same time. I'm wearing my hair, I wish I had my hat, I feel a bit ugly.
1 to 24 till every fucking jockey's dead.
I woke up at a goodly hour this morning. Well, it was about 5:30, so 5 hours I've just been awake. No internet this morning. Like, system was down. This is Optus, by the way. Second biggest telecommunications company in Australia. I use it for my NBN. My phone uses Telstra, which is the biggest. That didn't have a problem, so I was able to inspect why my internet was down in my house. And it's all voice operated and stuff, so, you know, with my blinds and my lights and everything. Because I'm a fucking geek. But they didn't work this morning, and I was like, what the fuck? Maybe I'll just leave the house and go and write at a cafe or go to the gym. Yeah, right. Anyway, I do intend to go out of the house today. Look at the freaking weather. Can you see the little greenery coming through that little gap there? Sliver. Yeah, it's very green and blue outside. It's good. Yeah. Don't know what people thought about my hair yesterday. It was obviously the main thing that people would be thinking about. Forget Palestine and horse welfare. It's all about my hair. Same with the funeral. Both funerals. Yeah, the hair was the most important thing. My hair. That's what everyone is always concentrating on and thinking about. I did see in some of that video, I haven't brushed or done my hair since I woke up. You can see I'm a bit sunburned. Brings colour to my face. Really accentuates the greys. But what I saw in some of the editing I was just doing was this baldness back here. Give it to me straight dark. How bad is it? I don't want to look. I've got a mirror here. I could do that, but I don't want to see it. I just don't want to know. I'm hoping it'll just fill in a little bit as it grows. Currently the 8th of November. I shaved my head on the 6th of September. It's 2 months. It's 2 months regrowth from practically zero. Would have been about 2 millimeters, but let's just say 0. It's actually good overall length. It's just that this bit here needs to be a bit longer there. Just that bit. So that can blend. Putting hair product in has benefits sometimes, but other times it works against you. This needs to be re-glued at the front there. Hopefully that wasn't blowing back in the wind like that yesterday. Officially what I should do is scrape all that glue off with my finger and make a mess. It'll take me 15 minutes of standing and doing this with my arm. It's like, fuck, that's a workout in itself. Fuck it. Don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. But it's the only way to make it look good for a while. Like, fix it. To properly fix it. I should probably do that before I go. Baby wipe. Got some excess here. Clean that shit off. I really can't be bothered doing it. I'm thinking I'll just stick it back down. Because the problem is, it is summer now, and, well, it's not summer exactly, it's autumn, but it's basically summer. It was 30 degrees yesterday. I assume it's about 30 degrees again today. Which is, that's 23 it says there, right? Watch this. What do you think 23 degrees is in Fahrenheit? I think it's about 72. No, okay. 2070. 25 is 80. Okay, I reckon about 76. 28. Wait, let's go 77. 77, ready? I'm gonna press this button here. The Fahrenheit button. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I said 78. What is it? Ooh, 75. Way off. Okay. So when it gets to 23, it's 24 now. When it gets to, that's inside this room, which is nice and cool. Actually, it's not cool. In fact, under a lot of circumstances, I'll be complaining about this. What's the humidity? 56%. All right, so that's what this machine says. I don't really trust it fully, but Alexa, what's the temperature? I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Are you still talking? I heard you, all right? Even though you're speaking at one. Alexa, shut the fuck. Alexa, stop talking. Fucking bitch. Jesus Christ. Can you believe Alexa? Fuck, I'm gonna smash her. She opens her fucking mouth again. Useless woman. Not even a woman, it's an AI, whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's a robot, it's a something. It's a fucking talking machine that just pisses me off all the time and doesn't control my curtains when I want it to. Get out, jacking downtown. But I am angry at Alexa. She's not very obedient. And she's been programmed. I need to track down. I make it my life's mission to track down the people who miscoded her. Bezos. I must find Bezos. I don't know how to fix it. I mean, I've reset my modem, my router, and it's fixed my computer, my central computer, which all stems from the central computer cabinet and goes out to every screen and keyboard in all the other rooms. Do I really want to touch that slimy shit? It's wet. Look how wet it is. It's not even gonna do what I want. Fuck it. Yeah, it's just wet. It's not gonna come off nicely. Leak, slime, slimy shit. It's slimy shit on my head. It's slimy shit on my head. God, I hate doing this. It's enough to make you want to shave your head. Don't make me shave my head. Don't let me shave my head. I'll blame you. I told you. I said I'll blame you if I shave my fucking head again. But I'd prefer the slimy shit on my head. Fuck. Let's deal with this fucking shit. And it's just gonna keep being bad all through summer. Unfortunately. I'm extremely photosensitive. I don't like daytime. But I feel like if I want to live in this world, in life, and have good memories and socialize, I need to stop being allergic to the day. Oh, God, it's like I've just been fingering a 5,000-year-old mummy. Okay, get this shit off. Yeah, women are less attractive when they're dead. Not fresh dead, they're fine, beautiful. They don't complain, they don't flail around and complain, oh, he's coming to rape me. They just take it. Much easier. But after 2 or 3 days, sorry. Slimy shit in my head. Get this fucking crap off me. You might think, why don't you just use those baby wipes to just wipe that glue? Because you want the surface that you're wiping with to be dry. Why don't you use toilet paper or tissues? No, that would just crumble to pieces and get stuck and make a mess. See, the best way is just to use your fingers. Why don't I take the whole thing off and start again, since I've already done 50% of it? Because that would require even more effort, and then I'd have to line it up and it would be a big ordeal. Don't want to do it. The front's the only bit that really concerns me right now. Now this stuff here, it may be fragrance free, but it's not soap free or whatever it is. So I have to, I think the best way to put this cloth under a tap so that soap gets washed out of it, rinsed out of it. After I finish with this shiny, slimy shit on my head. I'm just creeping back now. The thing is, if it's not a clean surface, the new layer of glue is just going to slide around on top of the old layer. And if it's too thick glue, it actually holds worse than a medium layer of glue. You don't want a thin layer because then it's got no hold. But you don't want no hold. You don't want thick melted swampland under there. Okay, so I'm going to rinse this underwater. So the soap soffit. And wipe all the glue, soap and stuff off my head here. I keep wondering about this old stuff. This is my last canister of really old glue. Is the reason that it's so good and it's remained so wet, even though it's been opened 10 years ago or whatever, and then reopened a few times since, is it because it's got some kind of carcinogenic chemical inside it that's keeping it nice and moist? Or is it just that I've been putting the lid back on responsibly? Probably the former. I don't really want cancer, but if it works, every time I open this, it's like it's fresh glue. Usually the glue is hardened and become less usable by this amount of bottle openings. But this old formula, no, I don't. If they have put carcinogens in this thing and they stopped doing it, which is why the new stuff doesn't work as well, it's probably for the best, I guess. Don't want you to all die just from having to wear a wig. I thought I took some footage yesterday of those protesters getting sprayed with capsicum spray. I don't know where that footage went. I guess I didn't film that, it was just in my brain. I mean, I saw it happen, but it would have been useful to have that. For your entertainment, of course. Right, I've got new shiny shit on my head now, which is new slimy shit on my head, which is good. It will have more stick for about an hour, and then it'll be summer heat fucking it up, melting it. And that'll just be slimy shit, slimy shit, slimy shit on my head. If you've been wearing hairpiece for a while, you know about the slimy shit on your head. And you probably wondered, how can we solve this with some other method? I'd rather they just surgically stitch the fucking thing on. Gave me some venting for my skin. I don't know. It's just the glue's really bad. Maybe in the future it won't be glue, it'll be something else. I mean, like a gecko's grip somehow. I don't know. It's really got to stay though. It's got to resistant to wind, sweat, everything. And like I've said before, if you don't sweat on your head, fuck you. Because everything would be very easy for you. You could just probably leave a hairpiece on forever without even changing the glue, ever. Because you don't sweat and therefore there's no problem, ever. But for all of us sweaters, the thing is, it wouldn't last forever because the glue would deteriorate just from the heat of the sun. Even if your body, for example, if you have a hairpiece and your scalp doesn't ever change temperature above fucking absolute zero or something, then the glue will stay perfect. I don't know. But obviously you give off body warmth because you're alive. I assume so if you're listening to this, except, you know, sorry to all the ghosts out there. I didn't mean to offend you and sort of not be inclusive. Sorry, demons, I meant you as well. Whatever. Spirits of all kinds, saints, gods, programmers, spaghetti monsters. Okay, everyone. Everyone. I include all of you. I'm gonna wait for this to dry. Maybe lie down, get a drink. You kind of do need some fingernails if you want to get the shit out of your hair. Comb is always the best tool, but it does get scungy. Probably should, if you have visitors who look at your bathroom equipment, although you probably want to hide most of this shit. Keep buying new combs, but the cheap ones that come in packs of 3 and stuff like that, they are often very flimsy. You want a solid comb. God, these things are rusty. Evil scissors. Oh, mess everywhere. Oh, God. I'm down. Mop the floor. Okay, let's go. Pretty big fucking gap back there. And it looks like this exposed base that isn't even actually fucking stuck down as well. This is why we stick it down from scratch instead of doing what I just did. Touching up the front. That's what she said. But you do only usually have to change the glue on the front during a 2-week period or 3-week period. So what my rule was at one point, I think it's this, right? Still probably is this. Every 2 weeks, you replace the hairpiece. Sorry, clean it, take it off, clean it, put it back on. And twice a week, you peel back the front hairline and replace the glue like I just did, just at the front hairline. But right now, I'm gonna glue this as well. Not well, I'll just do it badly, but that is really exposed, isn't it, that base? The back is just pure, shiny base. It'll be difficult. Let's see what these scissors do. Do as I say, not as I do. This is not the way to do it. I just can't be bothered, obviously taking that whole thing off and doing it again. Ah, God. Scary fucking scissors. You should see where they were sitting on my white bench. It's just a brown rust stain. Everything they touch turns to dust, rust. It's bad. They're evil. Right. There is still glue there. I guess I could just refresh it slightly rather than red gluing it. There is garbage back there, but I'm just going to let it be there. So I have a shower now. I'm exhausted. I'm seriously, I've been awake for 5 hours. Sorry, 7 hours. How did that fuck? 6.5 hours. How did that happen? How does that 6.5 hours just boom go? It just goes, doesn't it? 6.5 hours. Not if you're sitting at work working, then it's fucking slow. The clock ticks backwards. Anyway. I was planning to do stuff today, but now I just feel like lying down because I can, and eating, obviously. Always want to eat. Wish I had chocolate. I don't buy chocolate. I'm punishing myself for being fat. Medicine, apparently. That one was from the respiratory physician, thinking that maybe my sinuses could be unblocked, but I don't have hay fever. There's some internal blockage. I've had 2 sinus operations. Didn't help. And also I was supposed to unblock my eustachian tubes, which is from the inside of your eardrum down to your nostrils. Apparently there are little tiny holes in here that I wasn't aware of, that ENT doctors can put something in, inflate a balloon, and it expands the tube called the eustachian tube, which is the drainage area from the back of your eardrum down into your nostril, and it's supposed to be equalized at all times so that the pressure in your ears is normal. But sometimes it can fill up with fluid and inhibit your ability to hear clearly. And right now I've got pretty severe tinnitus, pretty much guaranteed to be the result of too many nights of wearing headphones for 20 hours at a time. What I'm probably going to do right now, but I've got no internet in the house, which means I can't even finish editing this video right now, even if I plug this thing into my thing. Yeah, I'm aware that Australians don't have a great vocabulary. Am I going to do my hair nicely with some water and some... No, I can't be bothered. I'm too tired. That's it. Video finished. See ya.